My wife kept saying, "One more round," then left our son waiting after practice, so I snapped. My wife got hooked on a Roblox game called Dress to Impress, and it's like she forgot she's an adult with 2 kids and real responsibilities at home. I'm 36, she's 37, married 12 years, and we've always split things pretty evenly. I do the lawn, dishes, and laundry. She meal plans, cooks, and handles school pickup and drop-off for our 11-year-old daughter and our 9-year-old son, Oliver. At first, the game was harmless. She'd play 20 minutes before bed, laugh at the outfits, then put it away. Then little stuff started slipping. Dinner that used to be ready by 6 started showing up at 7:30. My work clothes didn't get washed. Our daughter came to me with a permission slip and said, "Dad, can you sign this? Mom keeps forgetting." I tried to talk to my wife like it was no big deal. "Hey, you've been on that iPad a lot. Are you okay?" She brushed it off and said she just needed a mental break, but it kept getting worse. She missed a dentist appointment because she didn't want to quit mid-round. She forgot groceries, so we ordered pizza 3 nights straight, and the kids complained. Oliver told me she was late picking him up twice in 1 week, and the school office had to keep him up front. One afternoon, the school secretary called me and said, "Your son is still here. Is someone coming?" I left work early and drove over, and Oliver climbed into the car looking embarrassed and small. That night, I asked my wife, "How did this happen again?" She didn't even look up from the iPad. "Relax, he was safe." I started doing her pickups when I could, but I can't always drop everything. I tried making it simple. No game until after dinner and both kids are home. She said, "Fine." Then I'd catch her sneaking in around while the pasta boiled. Once I walked into the kitchen and smelled something burnt. The pot was bubbling over, the stove light was on, and she was on the couch dressing her character like the world was ending if she didn't pick the right shoes. I turned off the stove and said, "This is getting out of hand." She snapped, "Stop acting like my dad. It's just a game." I told her I wasn't trying to control her. I was trying to keep our life from falling apart. She rolled her eyes and said, "You're exaggerating," then promised she'd cut back. For 2 days, she cut back. Then it slid right back into one more round. Last night was the breaking point. I had an emergency at work and didn't get home until a little after 7. Oliver had basketball practice that ended at 6, and my wife was supposed to pick him up. He doesn't have a phone yet. I walked in, called for him, and got nothing back. His shoes weren't by the door. His room was empty. My heart started pounding. I went to our bedroom and found my wife sitting cross-legged on the bed with headphones on, iPad propped up, totally locked in. On the screen, she was dressing her character in a sparkly pink outfit while a timer counted down. I said sharp, "Where's Oliver?" She yanked one earphone off and froze. Her face went pale. She grabbed her phone and her hands started shaking. 7 missed calls, a pile of texts. "Mom, where are you? Practice is over. I'm waiting." Her phone had been on silent the whole time. She whispered, "Oh my God, I forgot." I didn't argue. I grabbed my keys and drove straight to the gym. Every red light made me want to scream. When I pulled up, Oliver was sitting on the curb with his gym bag next to him. His cheeks were wet and his eyes were red. His coach, Mr. Mitchell, stood nearby with his arms crossed, annoyed. Oliver saw my car and stood up fast, like he'd been holding it in. He didn't say a word. I told Mr. Mitchell, "I'm so sorry, this won't happen again." Mr. Mitchell said, firm but calm, "Make sure it doesn't." He was scared. He kept asking if something happened to you. I nodded, loaded Oliver into the car, and drove home with him silent beside me, staring out the window. At the house, my wife was waiting by the door, crying hard. Oliver walked past her without slowing down, went to his room, and locked the door. She started after him saying, "Oliver, honey, I'm so sorry." I cut in, "Don't. Give him space." She turned to me, still crying, and tried to defend herself. "It was an accident. I got distracted. You're overreacting." I felt my voice shake. "You forgot our son. He sat out there for over an hour thinking we abandoned him for a kid's game." She opened her mouth to argue again, and I pointed at the iPad. "No, we're done. Delete it. Right now." She stared at me, then looked at Oliver's door, and her shoulders dropped. She went to the kitchen table and opened the iPad like it weighed 100 pounds. I stayed right there. "Now," I said again. She tapped delete. A pop-up asked if she was sure. She wiped her face, tapped again, and the icon disappeared. I said, "Call Mr. Mitchell and tell him it won't happen again." She picked up her phone, still shaking, and hit call. Now everyone's saying I went too far deleting her game. Was I wrong?